Aaron Judge has officially been placed on the injured list, continuing a kind of unfortunate run for the Yankees where they've had a ton of injuries. And now the Yankees are set with their biggest one being without the guy who carried them on their back for most of last year, and Aaron Judge. He hit 62 home runs last year. Yeah, we kind of know he wasn't going to replicate it this year, but he's still the biggest piece to the Yankees puzzle, and now they will be without him. So now for the Yankees, how do they replace him? Who needs to step up? It's not just going to be the offense, obviously. The whole team as a whole has to step up. But how are they going to make it through this absence without this Aaron Judge absence? We're going to try and discuss that. We're going to try and figure that out. And we're going to discuss it right here in Bleacher Brawls. My name is Derrik. I'm here with John, and let's dive straight into it. So obviously, this is a topic that Yankees fans, they it's going to be a heavily discussed topic among Yankees fans because they need to figure out how to win without Aaron Judge. The Yankees do, and we did talk about it a little bit on our rivalry show, which is up on the YouTube channel, the whole podcast. But we did talk about it a little bit about how the Yankees and how they're going to need to replace Judge. But I'll give it over to John first because the Yankees tonight played Domingo Germán. Amazing start. Ends up going into the ninth. Guy gets on base. They bring in Clay Holmes, and it kind of falls apart. Although Germán was amazing, and part of my point was the Yankees pitching is going to need to step up. A guy like Domingo Germán, he stepped up tonight. John, what are your thoughts on what the Yankees need to do to get through the stretch without Aaron Judge?
Well, yes, everybody needs to step up, and the pitching definitely did step up with Germán tonight. You couldn't have pitched a better game. That was a rough loss. And that was kind of going throughout the game was it looked like Germán was just dealing. Yankees scored a couple runs. Trevino hit the home run. I believe it was LeMahieu had an RBI that scored Rizzo, or was it Torres? I'm pretty sure it was Rizzo. But anyway, the point is, it was base hit. It was a step up. Trevino, a guy you don't really expect to come up big, came up big tonight. And that's what the Yankees need to do. This is not the first time that we've had Aaron Judge and Giancarlo staying out at the same time. Judge has stayed healthy the past couple of years, but he has missed games to the IL before. It's not a new thing. We know what Stanton is. So the Yankees have to do what they've done in the past. And you either bring up guys that step up, or you bring in kind of players that maybe it's like they can have like what Matt Carpenter did last season, yes, where you kind of think, all right, maybe this guy's career is over, but he comes in and catches fire. Or a few years ago, maybe 2021, when the Yankees had Greg Allen. I remember really liking Greg Allen for that short period of time he played for the Yankees, because in that short period of time he played for the Yankees, he did really well, and he helped the Yankees kind of get through some injuries. So that's what they need to do again. That's what Cashman gets paid the big bucks for. It's his time to shine. And if he doesn't, man, if they can't really figure this out, I know it's 10-day IL he's on. Well, it could be longer than 10 days. We can't just assume it's going to be 10 days. And if the Yankees can be in a lot of trouble right now, I mean, things can go really bad if they can't get those role players to come in and catch fire and do what they've done in the past.
Yeah, the Yankees definitely could run into some trouble. I think for the Yankees, it's just you got to tread water at the absolute minimum. If you're the Yankees right now, your bare minimum, tread water. Try and stay around 500. That's bare minimum right now for the Yankees. Bare minimum, because if you can stick around 500, you keep yourself in the discussion for when you get Judge and Stanton and all these guys back. It's kind of what the Red Sox are going through right now with terms of, a lot of games against good teams. Same thing with the Yankees. A lot of games against good teams, having some injuries. You can continue to play well, be competitive, and stay in it. When you get healthy and you get your guys back, then maybe you can go on a run. I think that's kind of what the Yankees are going to need to do. Just be competitive right now. I think that's the big thing for them. You need, yes, guys, step up. I know the Yankees brought up Jake Bauers, although he pretty much got injured right away, pretty much. You have guys, Isaiah Kiner-Falefa, him saying, you know what, I'm going to go play center field. He did it this in spring training. He said, I'll play center field if you need me to. I know, yes, shortstop, I may not be the number one option. I will give myself versatility. I will play center field. So if you need me there, I can play there. You have a guy like Oswaldo Cabrera who can play the outfield. Before last season, never played the outfield before, I'm pretty sure. He's a guy, that versatility, him having that is big for the Yankees. Having guys that can go out there and play, at least play the outfield at the very least, right? Where maybe they wouldn't have before, right? Having those guys, I think, is big. Willie Calhoun maybe step up a little bit. I think too, the rest of the team steps up, like I said, and the pitching I think is a big thing. Garrett Cole continuing to be Garrett Cole will be huge for the Yankees. Nestor Cortez getting to the form he was in last year. Domingo Germán, if he has starts like this, I mean, he won't do this every start, obviously, but if he can give you 5-6 innings of quality starts, that's what you're looking for. Stuff like that. Johnny Brito, when he hasn't faced the Minnesota Twins, he's been pretty good. He's been solid. Solid rotation arm. So it's just continue to, hopefully have guys step up when they're needed and come in and do what they're asked of, whether it's guys coming up from AAA, maybe guys who are normally on the bench getting more playing time, the rotation, having good starts. This is going to be a collective group unit to replace Aaron Judge and be able to still win games without Aaron Judge. It's going to be a group thing. It's not just going to be one guy stepping up.
Right. And you listed some of these guys that can come in and as replacements. And I was trying to think of some, like the Yankees have a lot of options. So if you are playing the hot hand, you have a lot of options to kind of run out there to see who can get hot. You mentioned Jake Bauers. I know the news came back today that it was a right knee contusion. It's nothing like serious. So he shouldn't really miss a lot of time, just a day or two to get better. That's positive because I don't know a ton about Jake Bauers. I know he's had kind of 2 good seasons, sort of. He's kind of a journeyman, but he was raking in AAA before the Yankees called him up. So that was a positive sign. 27 years old, so he's still somewhat young. Maybe he's putting it together late, a late bloomer, if you will. You mentioned Kiner Falefa. I'm okay running Kiner Falefa out there in the outfield because he is kind of you know what you're going to get with Kiner Falefa. As we said, Barnes and myself have said a million times. It's what you're going to get, and he's going to play to that. So I am totally okay running Kiner Falefa out there. Maybe Frenchie Cordero gets hot again. We know what he can do over short spans.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we definitely do. Willie Calhoun hasn't really impressed me very much. I know Cassim likes him. He's a left-handed bat, so they're going to keep sending him out there and giving him opportunities. Oswaldo Cabrera has kind of struggled a little bit. I don't know what to make of him right now. Maybe he's better suited as an infielder. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he plays better as an infielder. I don't know if he's comfortable out there. Maybe it's a mental thing. But fans love Oswaldo Cabrera. I'm just starting to question it a little bit because he has not played particularly well. Aaron Hicks is going to get his opportunities for what that's worth. Yankees signed Cole Calhoun to a minor league deal. I don't know if he'll ever come up or not, but
it's an option. It's an option.
He's an option. And to the best of my knowledge, the only high level hitting prospect that the Yankees have right now that you'd consider bringing up would be Elijah Dunham. I don't want to hear any fans calling for Jason Dominguez. Yeah,
no,
now's not the time. He's not ready yet. He needs more seasoning. Let's just be cool on that one. However, Elijah Dunham is, I believe, a left-handed bat, and I know he's in AAA. And I have heard a lot of good things about him. Yeah, so another left-handed bat, 24 years old in AAA. And I've heard a lot of good things about him. So maybe this is the guy, hey, man, it's your opportunity. Come up here and see what you can do. And I'm okay with that. That's someone I would like to see the Yankees give a shot. Derek, I don't know. Do you know if he's on the 40-man roster? I didn't think to check that.
Yeah. Well, Dunham's not on the 40-man. Also, too, might be a little rush for him because it's his first year playing in AAA. So he's only got like 20-something games in AAA so far. So it might be a little rush. Now, I'm not saying they couldn't try it, and maybe he could get hot, but it might be a little rushed. Maybe they wouldn't want to do that. Also, like I said, he's not on the 40-man. You're looking at, and also the Yankees have a lot of guys who are injured, so they are kind of clogging a lot of their 40-man spots. The Yankees don't have a position player in AAA on their 40-man roster. They have 3 starting pitchers and 1 reliever. Then their only position player out in the minor leagues on the 40-man roster is Everson Pereira, and he's in Double-A. You're not calling him up.
Yeah. I've heard good things about him, but again, a little too soon.
So
Well, I mean,
yeah,
that's
so
the thing.
it's not likely going to be a prospect. You're more likely looking at, I mean, maybe an Esteban Florial maybe gets another shot, maybe, but I'm not sure. I mean, the Yankees do have some guys I mean, let's see, yeah, you have who's in this
And
Triple A team?
it's
You have
not that
Cole
hard to,
Calhoun.
yeah, right. It's not that hard to DFA Calhoun or Franchi Cordero or even
Yeah,
Mike Bowers if you need to. So they can make room if needed.
yeah, they definitely can. I mean, Michael Hermosillo is in AAA. Been a guy who's played a little bit in the big leagues, but mostly been kind of a AAA depth guy. He hasn't had a great year in AAA so far. He's only hitting 150, but like you never know. I mean, sometimes guys may hit 150 in AAA, but they catch lightning in a bottle for a couple weeks in the big leagues. You never know. Like there are guys like I know Wilmer Defoe's not an outfielder; he's an infielder, utility infielder, but he's a guy who's got MLB experience who's in AAA. So and MLB experience as recent as last season. Now I don't think he could call out once again. Like I said, he's an infielder, not an outfielder, so it doesn't really solve the problem. So it's kind of the Yankees are a little bit in a weird spot, but like I think bringing in a guy like Cole Calhoun will help. I think he'll eventually I think he could potentially get called up. I think that wouldn't be like a surprise if you saw in like a week Cole Calhoun's getting called up, Franchi Cordero's getting sent back down, something like that. It would not shock me at all. Because when you look at it, you go, okay, let's say Franchi's hot streak is behind him now, and he's just the Franchi Cordero that we know, not the Franchi Cordero we love. He's the Franchi Cordero we know, and he's struggling. Yeah, maybe you look at bringing up Cole Calhoun, see what he can give you. He's a guy who's had success in the big leagues before, a little bit similar to Matt Carpenter. In terms of like a guy, maybe you catch lightning in a bottle for a little bit and he becomes a part of your team, right? You never know. I do wonder maybe Oswald Peraza gets some more at bats. I mean, hard to kind of find him at bats right now, but right now it seems like Willie Calhoun is doing a lot of DHing. So the DH spot's kind of open for guys, put an infielder there and have Peraza play the field or have Peraza DH. You figure it out, maybe try getting him some more at bats. Because he's a guy who I'm pretty sure the Yankees have very, very high hopes for. So it's just kind of finding the right mix of guys and just plugging guys in and seeing what works and what doesn't work. And then I think it's good. Like I said, it's going to be very reliant on the pitching. The Yankees bullpen outside of Clay Holmes has been lights out this year. Clay Holmes has had his struggles this year. But besides that, it's been mostly, I don't think anyone in that Yankees bullpen has an ERA. I know very small sample size, but I don't think anyone in the Yankees bullpen has an ERA over 3 besides Clay Holmes. It's been a very solid bullpen so far. So the Yankees, like, if you get 5 innings from your starter, only giving up two runs, maybe 3, 5, 6 innings, only giving up 2 or 3 runs, and you get to that bullpen, you can be in a very solid spot.
Yeah, exactly. Which you mentioned Clay Holmes. I don't know why he was pitching tonight. Yeah, it is what it is. It's rough. I'm trying to look at positives in this, and then the realism hits me. You're like, this can be a rough stretch for the Yankees. Because even the pitching, like you saw tonight, I mean, they only gave up 3 runs. Granted, it's all in the ninth in late innings, late in the game. But yeah, it's like you try to take positives away, but if this lineup can't score runs, man, the Yankees are in trouble.
It is a little bit of rougher stretch. They got Cleveland, then they got Tampa at the Trop. Then they do get Oakland. So, Oakland's 6-23. You should beat Oakland. Then you get Tampa again. Then you get Toronto. And then you don't play Cincinnati until the 19th of May. You'd think Judge is already back by then. Hopefully, if you're a Yankees fan. Right?
Yeah. I mean, I really hope the San Diego Padres are willing to trade Matt Carpenter back to the Yankees.
It is a very kind of rough stretch for the Yankees, right? And a lot of Rays, a lot of Blue Jays, but at the same time, the Rays, especially the Rays, have not played a lot of teams over 500. And I know the Yankees right now, they're sitting exactly at 500. I understand that. But the Yankees are a team, they did make the playoffs last year. It's a similar thing where, like I said, with the Red Sox, where they've played a lot of good teams, a lot of teams over 500. The Yankees have been in the same scenario. They'll eventually get teams like they play Oakland in a week or so that aren't amazing. And those are your games that you're going to have to win. Those are the most important. So you can tread water against the good teams and then beat up on the bad teams. You'll be in a good spot by the time the end of the season comes around. I think that's what the Yankees really got to hope for. Just tread water without Judge and then beat up on the bad teams that you do play. Ride Garrett Cole. You're going to need to. Garrett Cole's going to have to put this pitching staff on his back, or just put the team on his back every fifth day. But it's not totally undoable for the Yankees to still be in a decent spot when Aaron Judge comes back.
Right, and Cole got years of practice of doing that for the Pirates, so he's used to coming in and putting this team on his back. And for all we know, maybe Aaron Judge is back in 10 days, and it's not the worst case scenario. I'm just bracing myself for the worst case scenario. Just things are going wrong too early this season.
Yeah, it's definitely not ideal for the Yankees, but if you want to look optimistic, there should be brighter days ahead. Hopefully Harrison Bader will be coming back if you're a Yankees fan, and some other guys too, maybe Donaldson eventually. I know you don't love Donaldson, but he's still a guy at the very least, right?
Right, at this point, give him a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
So there are guys at least that should be getting healthy. Maybe eventually Carlos Rodon comes back. Maybe Luis Severino in somewhat near future can come back if you're a Yankees fan to get those guys, at least Stanton coming back, Judge. So it's not unbelievable to think this Yankees team still can be a solid team this year, still be good. The Rays could definitely slow down. They haven't played a lot of good teams. They start slowing down. The rest of the AL starts catching up. It should be a very competitive division. I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Yankees fans, let us know your thoughts in the comments. How do the Yankees get past this stretch without Aaron Judge? Let us know your thoughts. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you know if I ever post comment. Like I said, let us know your thoughts. Make sure to check out all our Bleach Brawls links in the description. The Bleach Brawls website, podcast, Instagram, and Twitter, plus all the crew's Twitters. For John, my name is Derek. Thanks for tuning in to Bleacher Brawls, and we'll see you next time.